Alright, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got one more episode. KMKZ Promotions, the KMKZ Promotions Nationals Held Tour 2025 has raced their way to an epic last race battle. We've got the iRacing Dirt Memes 100 here. Dirt Super Late Models at Fairbury Speedway. 100 laps to decide the championship. We are currently in practice, about 2 minutes, minute to go in practice. Let's get down to the track and have a look and see who some of the quicker guys are here today. See who we have. Jaden Sheehan, quick time 11.7 at 3.3, 11.757 for Derek Houston. Grady Ehrman, 11.765. Jordan McLean and Michael Carter are there. Brandon Marlowe, Ethan Sprague. Brooks Bennett, Matt Fort. Looks like Robbie Milburn and Anthony Ehrman also to take the track. Has arrived. I'm about halfway through a Red Bull with nothing in my stomach. Worst idea ever. So quickly ordered a Macca's breakfast because that's pretty healthy, Bob. And it arrived so damn quick. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm going to have to eat this during the feature or something, but no, I can eat it during the practice and qualifying. Camera really loving Jaden Sheehan here. As he does a little burnout, a little spinny to wrap up the practice. Let's jump over to the league info, see if we can't find a current points tally. Here we go. So yeah, Grady Ehrman currently our points leader in the KMKZ Promotions Held Tour. Grady Ehrman 442, 408 for Michael D. Carter, Derek Houston at 396, 384 for Jordan McLean. Now with the way the season scoring works, you do pick up 60 points for a feature race. So if something were to happen and Grady was to fall right out of the top 10, say position-wise, in the feature, could have an alternative champion. Alright, just going to get to the grid. Go to the track here. Jaden Sheehan Gaming in the Facebook likes. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Good luck out there. Grady Ehrman and Brandon Marlowe will be on that front row. Second row is going to be Brooks Bennett and Robbie Milburn. Matt Fort and Ethan Sprague on that third and final row. Let's get our first of our final two heat races out of the way. Pace trucks left the track. Our first of 6 laps here at Fairbury Speedway Super Dirt Late Models. I didn't like the way I said that in that order. My brain just froze. Wow. Dirt Super Late Models here at Fairbury Speedway. 43 and the 37. Well, a crossover by the 43 there. He is making a move. Brooks Bennett down lower in the 11 machine. The 43 up high. is Grady Ehrman, Brandon Marlowe, Robbie Milburn, Ethan Sprague, Matt Ford. We've got a one by one, two wide battle here. Brooks staying down low. Grady taking that higher line. I think Grady's going to have the more advantage through this run. But it does look like Brooks might have had a slight lead coming out of that exit with 2 to go. So Grady might have the entrance, but Brooks has the run. No, Grady's going to put that car in front. No, Grady's got to get a little bit of contact there. It's Brooks, sorry, with Grady's going to get a little contact with Brooks. Brooks is going to get a bit loose. That's going to move him back to third. Brandon Marlowe moves up into second. Robbie third now as Brooks continues to fall back to fourth. Eventful Heat 1. You generally don't see too many eventful Heat 1s here, just purely because the track's not away yet. But that was some great racing. Gibbo in the Twitch chat. Sup, boss? Sup, dude? Gibbo, part of our 420 Aussie Racing League broadcast. You'll see him Sunday night at Mount Panorama, Bathurst. So definitely come along and check that one out. It will be the final round of the 420 Aussie Racing League's Gen 3 V8 Supercars Season 4. But let's get the iRacing Dirt Memes 100 out of the way first. Matt Fort finished 6th. The Wide Open Motorsports Ethan Sprague in at 5th. Brooks Bennett 5th. Warrior Racing's Robbie Milburn in 3rd. Hot Lap Heroes Racing at Brandon Marlowe in 2nd. But Grady Ehrman took out the victory for that heat there. Let's get over to the grid for Heat 2. Our final heat, inside line decided, outside line at 2 be decided. Now Jordan McLean and Derek Houston front row, Jaden Sheen and Michael Carter second row, Anthony Emin on that third and final row. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired this morning, guys. I did stay up a little bit later than I should have last night, thinking that, you know, I've been staying up late lately or not being able to get to sleep lately. That'd just be fine and I'd go to sleep and yeah, blah, blah, blah. Woke up with about 5 minutes to spare on my alarm, and I am still dog tired. So, yeah, apologies. Trucks to the left. Heat 2 about to start. The 15, 115, sorry, looks like a 15 on your screens. It's 115 Jordan McLean. Derek Houston behind him on that low line. No, on that high line. Jaden Sheen on the low line. Michael Carter, Anthony Ehrman in the 4th and 5th positions. How am I? I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yeah, no, obviously I had a bit of a mouth issue over the weekend, just prior, which caused me not to be able to broadcast the Sunday night Supercars. But I got some good pain pills and stuff, and have sort of managed it. Swelling's calm down and manageable. But yeah, apart from that, a bit tired. I don't do anything, but I'm a bit tired. So. Oh, excuse me. What about you, brother? How are you this fine Thursday morning? No more races for me to broadcast after this one until Sunday night, Australian. White flag lap. Up the front, Jordan McLean, Grady Ehrman are the drivers that will start our front row in this 100-lap feature race. We need to see the results first, but where are they? Over here. As the boys roll out for a bit of a warm-up just prior to the start of the feature race. It gives us time to get the Heat 2 results out. KC McLean, Facebook chat. What's up, brother? Not much, my man. Thank you for tuning in. KC, a part of the Knuckleheads iRacing League, recently just returned back. First week of regular season racing this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings, Australian. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday nights, American. But Anthony Ehrman was 5th in Heat 2. CSC Motorsports, Michael Carter in 4th. Derek Houston 3rd. Jaden Sheen from Jaden Sheen Gaming in 2nd. And Jordan McLean, the brother from another mother for KC, wins and will start on the front row in the feature. Just a quick 2-minute run. I'm just going to move myself and have a quick smash of this coffee and mup, and I'll be back in a moment. I was just watching something on my second screen, didn't realize it comes out the interview channel. Michael Carter in the chat as well. Thanks for the broadcast, but this is the most poorly run league I've been in. You give us no qualifier on a final points night. Come on now. I didn't realize there was no qualifying actually. Yeah, so I guess the one thing I will stress, Michael, and to all my viewers, I have absolutely nothing to do with the leagues I broadcast. I have no management control. I have no say and no admin powers or anything like that. I purely, basically, they pay me per race, and I come in and I broadcast the races. So yeah, look, obviously, yeah, have a chat to Robbie, maybe Dalton, those guys, but yeah, the broadcast completely separate to the league. I'm just an independent body that likes to help out his mates when they do competitions like this. Just to distance myself from any of that issue there. Looks like Michael might not be. No, Michael is taking the track. Robbie Milburn, we're just waiting on him. Oh, grid. I suppose we'll do the grid for the feature race. Brooks Bennett, Derek Houston on that front row. Oh. Hang on. Trying to see if it's an inverted situation. Yeah, invert the front 7. Okay, they did say there were going to be some surprises tonight. So the front row, Brooks Bennett, Derek Houston, Robbie Milburn and Jaden Sheehan, Brandon Marlowe and Jordan McLean on that 3rd row, Grady Ehrman and Michael Carter 4th row, 5th row. It's going to be Ethan Sprague and Anthony Ehrman, Matt Ford on that 6th and final row. It did mention there were going to be some surprises here tonight. Oh, I've lost my telemetry software. Joys of having multiple screens that aren't the same size is it means you can sometimes click on something and you close the program and now it won't open again, and now I can't control my screens. Let's see if this is going to work. Oh, what is going on? Ah, I loaded the wrong program, I'm an idiot. Surely that's going to load up and open up. There we go. All right, let's get back to our race screen. See if we can't get these overlays reloaded. There we go. All right, lap 4 of 100. You're doing awesome. Keen for a Sunday, Gibbo says. Michael Cutter bums. Yeah, look, it's not everything can be happy and friendly, unfortunately. It's always someone that seems to get the worst end of it, Michael. But yeah, I just usually either just bum up, head down, bum up, and regroup, or go look for a better place to race. But I certainly wouldn't paint all of the drivers with the same brush. Fairbury Speedway home to the KMKZ Promotion Nationals, held to a finale. The iRacing at Dirt Memes 100. And in saying that, yeah, look, if you're on Facebook and you haven't followed the iRacing Dirt Memes Facebook page, do so. Pretty funny. And not iRacing Dirt toxic funny, but actually funny. Seems to have the respect of a lot of different groups around the league. The league's available, sorry. Yeah, a lot of good guys getting sponsorship from them. So, yeah, check them out. I heard a rumour as to who the owner and operator of the iRacing Dirt Memes page is, but I don't believe it, so I'm not going to spread those unfounded claims. This track's going to be so damn dry, slick with supers low. Definitely going to be interesting after lap 60 to 70. You'll see who saved tyres and who didn't. Yeah, yep, definitely will be. Brian Angel Sr., the Iron Man in the chat. I did see, Brian, sorry that I got a message from you, and I will look at that soon. I just, it came as I was in bed last night, and I slept in a little bit this morning, so I had to rush, get up, do the broadcast, and get us all going. But I do know I do have a message from you, so we'll check that out. I don't want to say the word, but I'm going to apply it. 18 laps in at Fairbury with 11 cars on the track, and I expected a little bit more cause for concern. But no, boys handling it quite well. Currently, Anthony Ehrman in 11th, Grady Ehrman 10th, Michael Carter in 9th, Ethan Sprague 8th, Matt Fort and Derek Houston 6th and 7th and 6th, sorry. Our top 5, Jordan McLean, Brandon Marlowe, Robbie Milburn, Jaden Sheehan and Brooks Bennett in the race lead. Brian Angel, Braden Carter and KC. Thanks for the likes, guys. Appreciate it. Just the fact that you guys will take a little bit of your spare time and come and watch my stuff, I very much do appreciate it, and do it all for the drivers. They're the real, they're the talent. The C word, yeah, not the C word that I often use as an Australian, the other one. KC did it. KC did it. It was his fault. He called it out. He said the words. Looks like it was Michael Carter here in the 15 machine. So not even really sure how he did that. Gave it a little bit too much gas near the wall and come into contact. They brought out the yellow. So nothing too serious yet on our first caution. That's my trick. I'll lead the horse to water and then tell him off for drinking. Jaden Sheehan, Brooks Bennett, front row. Jordan McLean, Brandon Marlowe, second row. Derek Houston, Robbie Milburn, third. Ethan Sprague and Matt Fort, fourth. Grady Ehrman and Michael Carter, fifth row. Sixth row. Anthony Ehrman, a lap down. Jordan McLean getting quite sandwiched there. Looks like that might have been, yeah, the 11 of Brooks Bennett there. quarter of the way into this 100 lap beast of a race. 27 in. Still, what's that? 72 to come. Jaden Sheehan, Brandon Mullet, Brooks Bennett, Jordan McLean, Robbie Milburn in the 5. That will be quite fluid with these 11 drivers here today. Enjoyed having the KMKZ boys back on my screen. Brooks, Robbie, Derek, Matt, we all go way back in our iRacing careers, and it's been a great 8 weeks of racing. So proud to have the boys back on the screen. A lot of dust kicking up, a lot of couple of different lines are there, a little bit of a low line, a high line, as this one comes apart to the what the heck do you say, about 35th lap, gets up to the 35th lap. Been doing this gig long, mate. Okay, Sid McLean, you should be racing this. Thought about it, but never reached out. Yeah, I love it when the different worlds start to mix. Sometimes, more often than not, it's magic, but sometimes it doesn't work. Just skill differences, things like that. But yeah, it's always fun when those two worlds collide. I know at least Robbie out of this field had raced over at Knuckleheads. Slightly different, I guess, driving desires, so not a perfect fit. Another caution has come out. This one looks like it might have been Anthony Ehrman. Just a little bit of over rotation, sending him in towards the infield there. Second caution, only our second caution for the night though. We're on lap 40 of 100 in super late models. That is actually fairly impressive for these boys, or for anyone really. Right, off we go, and racing lap 40, 61 laps still to come. Racing Dirt Memes 100 here at Fairbury Speedway for the KMKZ Promotions National Hell Tour. This is the finale. Milburn making a play for that front row there down low. He's going to battle Brad Manlove for second and third, but Jaden Sheehan did have a momentary drop back to second there while Robbie was on that very low line coming through. And trying to slide up, wasn't able to get it to quite hook in. while we're here. Oh, I just had a look at your message, Brian, just to make sure it wasn't something that we needed to sort of cover or was, you know, like time sensitive. No, appreciate your kind words, brother. Appreciate it. Coming up to the halfway mark, 50 laps in, 50 to go. Brandon Marlowe, Jaden Sheehan, Derek Houston, Robin Milburn, Brooks Bennett at 5. Brady Ehrman, Jordan McLean, Michael Cutter, Max Ford, Ethan Sprague at 10. Anthony Ehrman, 2 laps down in 11th place. So 12.766 might have been the last lap. Quick time 12.737. This time Jaden Sheehan is on a tear in the 5 machine. Back in second spot though. Brandon Marlowe just up there ahead of them. It looks like Derek Houston just there behind him, all on that high line. Looks like that high line running out of grip. Brady got himself all the way almost up into P4 there, but has fallen back down to 10. Caution out. So Brady crashed in that instance. Let's have a quick look here. Oh yeah, didn't fit through the gap and pushed into the wall there. What's a 10th place finish get you points wise here tonight? Feature 10th place will give you 40 points, 20-point difference for first. It's not going to be enough to close that gap. What is it? I think it's about 34 points for Michael Carter to possibly come back and win this one. Off we go and racing again. They are basically 3 wide for fourth, third, fourth, fifth, sixth there by the looks of that. Ow. That is quite tight in the middle there, having to keep your car straight and well, there goes the 11 of Brooks Bennett. Looks like he got turned around there. Not sure exactly how, but we're going to go have a quick look at that. Looks like you guys were able to start to get past Brooks there. Brandon Marlowe, Jordan McLean, Michael Carter, Matt Ford, Ethan Sprague, Grady Ehrman was the final car. Just a bit of contact from the 15 there. That's turned him around. Not suggesting anything in the slightest, but that might show you there, Michael, that maybe not everyone is driving shit, just that the conditions can be a little bit tricky to drive to and accidents can happen. But obviously, yeah, that one there allows you to unfortunately turn Brooks Bennett. Oh, sorry, that's what a probably bit that was. Holy cow. As this one gets back under racing conditions, 64 of 100 in. Still 27 laps to go in this race. 100 laps at Fairbury Speedway. KMKZ Promotions Nationals Hell Tour 2025. It's the iRacing Pro Dirt. iRacing Pro Dirt. The iRacing Dirt memes are 100. Robbie Milburn currently our race leader there up high. Jaden Sheehan second, Derek Houston third, fourth is Jordan McLean fifth, Brandon Marlowe, Thomas Dennis. Thank you for the like, brother, over at the Facebook board. Appreciate you and all the support you provide. .69th lap. We'll call this the KC McLean caution. No. Let's have a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth flag. I didn't think there'd been that many already, but see if we can't scroll back up through the old telemetry. So it might have been Jordan McLean and Derek Houston. This is Derek right at the back of the track. Let's have a look here. Jordan McLean, the 115. Derek Houston, the 01 at second and third here. Oh, Derek just getting into the back of the 115, turning him around. 37 got around him. Oh, 15 unable to avoid any contact there, but it looks like most of the other guys got around it okay. Pace car has left the track. Lap 69 back underway. 22 laps to remain. 100 laps is the total. Lano's coming back in if he hits his marks right. We'll have to wait and see. Well, that's a big, big wide angle, but that does show us a lot of the action from back up in the stands here. Beautiful day in Fairbury. Freddie Emin, our race leader, is points leader as well. Robbie Milburn, and got to battle him out. Let's get up to the front and watch that battle take place. It's the 43 versus the 80. Say there's been a little bit of animosity between these two drivers throughout the season. That would be a slight understatement. Nothing toxic or serious, but just a few racing sort of instances going particular ways, and people having sort of opinions of it, and sort of knowing that these two drivers don't generally. You're not going to see Christmas cards being sent between the two. But for us, for the broadcaster, for the viewers, that is gold, because we know that they're going to put on a show in this battle. Lap 75 of 100. Well, we've still got 25 laps to go. We'll keep an eye on the telemetry. Just realised we don't have any track map here. Interesting. Why? Because it just wasn't turned on, Bob, because you're an idiot. Brandon Barlow just inside the top 5. He's in 4th. Ethan Sprugg behind him. Jaden Shin, Grady Ehrman and Robbie Milburn up there in front of him for that 5 as our latest caution comes out. We knew it was going to get cautious in the last half of the race. It was just common sense that was going to be the concern. Michael Carter here. Oh, looks like it was sliding. I think he went to correct and it stuck at the last second. And that overcorrection took him into the wall. Caution out. This is the last race, the last race of the racing week for BobbethTV, Facebook, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. So if you do want to check us out, starting at from Sunday night, give us a like, follow, subscribe, and you'll know when we're live on your preferred platform of choice. Sunday night, we start off with the 420 Odd Sim Racing League's Gen 3 V8 Supercars Season 4. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings, it is the Napper's iRacing League. Thursday mornings, normally this one, but this is today's last race for this division. Last time we've seen our screens for a little while. And also Tuesday nights, GT3, GT3 Challenge for the 420 Odd Sim Racing League. Robbie Milburn off to a great start here. Brady Ehrman back there in a second. Brandon Marlowe third. 20 laps remaining. That's a bit the line of our interviews at the end of the race here today. Brady Ehrman with a slider there, crosses over Robbie's nose. Robbie just sort of holds it where it is and lets it go through. He's going to come into 3 and 4, do the same thing as is Grady with that slight little cut under on exit. And they're just basically going to throw sliders every lap, every section here. 1 and 2 is going to be Grady's. 3 and 4 is going to be Brooks. No, Robbie moved just slide up high. Didn't even enter with the slider, just popped it up high and got to that high line again. Grady's going to do the slide tactic, but it looks like Robbie does have the run. This is going to be an interesting lot of laps. 18 still to come. These boys are not going to be able to keep this up for 18 laps, surely. Normally with this amount of laps going, we'd sort of look around the track and just keep an eye on everybody. But I'm just interested. I want to see how this battle is going to go. Sorry, said hydrate with some water there. Remember to keep yourself hydrated. Robbie Milburn was really trying some things there, and I thought, oh, that's going to bring him unstuck. He's going to get let Grady past him, but no, he's still got that half a second lead. Jumps up to about 6/10 at times. It's the Anthony Ehrman, the 3 car. Relative of Grady Ehrman, I feel like that's a safe bet to declare. Laps remain. It'll be 11 when we get out of 3 and 4 here. Robbie Milburn really white knuckling it to keep that car in front. There's not a lot of track to work with, speed wise, grip wise, and line wise it is slick. Let's try and see what times these boys are pulling. Sort of 13:09.9, but they're 12:8.46 for Robbie, 12:7.92 for Grady. Grady's a slightly quicker around the track, but we know follow the leader. You've got to do something different if you want to get past the leader. Following the leader on the same line's not going to help. See a little bit more smoke and dust kicking up off the front 2 here with 7 to go. Apologies to the rest of the field. Brandon Marlowe and Jordan McLean having a great battle back there for third and fourth. Likewise, Jordan McLean, Jaden Sheehan, Derek Houston battling for P7 and P8. All right, we're on the 95th lap. 6 more to come. We are really winding into the finale here for KMKZ Promotions Nationals, the Hell Tour 2025. This is the iRacing at Dirt Memes 100 laps here at Fairbury Speedway. 97 of those are done. Excuse me. Just saw the view count drop by 1. It's 3 laps to go, dude. This is a very close competition. Anyone's race, and you just bailed right at the end. You fool. No, I just have to stick around and watch. Looks like Robbie's got to get himself past the 15 of Michael Carter. Grady Ehrman back there in second. That might cut off any opportunity Grady Ehrman had of winning this race. As we get the white flag lap. Lap 100 is here. What was a half a second lead turned into a second lead with Robbie Milburn taking out the iRacing Dirt Memes 100. An excellent run here tonight. Grady Ehrman second, Jordan McLean at third. Get the results up. We'll jump over to the Discord. We'll have a chat with the boys, see how they felt that season went. Let's look at these official results though. Anthony Ehrman in 11th, CSC Motorsports Michael Carter 10th, Wide Open Motorsports Ethan Strug in 9th, Jaden Sheehan from Jaden Sheehan Gaming in 8th, Derek Houston 7th, Brooks Bennett in 6th, Matt Ford in 5th, Hot Lap Heroes Brandon Marlowe in 4th, Jordan McLean 3rd, Grady Ehrman in 2nd, but KMKZ lead Warrior Racing driver Robbie Milburn gets the job done and gets the victory here tonight. Just need to rewind back a little bit. There we go. Just wasn't letting me select names for the interviews. All right, let's get over to the waiting rooms. Looks like we'll give Jordan McLean just a few more moments just to see if he's going to jump in. All right, looks like no chat with Jordan McLean here for second place. Grady Ehrman is in second. In third place. Grady Ehrman is in second. But what we'll do is we'll just check in really quickly with Grady and go, hey, Grady, we're going to jump up and just do Robbie first rather than you go second. So you second and then Robbie first and then come back to you for the obvious championship win. So I'll go up to Robbie, we'll interview him, and then I'll come back and we'll just wrap up the race and the championship with you. How's that sound?
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
All right, talk soon. Congratulations. All right, we'll jump in here with Robbie. Hopefully Robbie will see this and will unmute himself. There we go. So we'll say congratulations. Bloody hard-fought battle. 100 laps for the iRacing Dirt Memes 100 here at Fairbury Speedway. Fairbury, one of, I definitely consider it the home of late model racing. You guys literally taught me how to drive are limited and maybe drive pros here. So I know it's a great track despite the looks, despite the infield, and you guys put on some pretty sick racing here tonight. The cautions didn't really start to flow until the track really slicked up, and you had to sort of really work for your opportunities. But some fierce battles up in that top five tonight. Talk us through it.
Yeah, honestly, I was just I frankly kind of like the bottom here as long as I could run it, so I stayed down there as long as I could,
Mm.
and then I kept staying down there because it seemed like it went away and then it came back. So I'm like, I guess I'll still stay here, and then um, I don't remember what yellow it was, but I was down low, and I think the two guys outside of me got together, and then the five came down into my nose. So I'm like, I either have to like send this deep into the corner and try to like arc it out to slide, or I'm going to take out all three of us. And instead, I ended up parking on someone's nose. I don't. I think it may have been Marlo. So if he's watching, I apologize for that. I was just trying to not kill all of us, but it was just kind of a racing deal. But at least we all made it out with all our wheels and spoilers intact. And
Exactly.
then after that, like I just kind of cruised around for a little bit, and then um, I think on one of the late yellows, well, it wasn't that late. I think it was around like 40 to go or something. I think uh, I think I got around Jade and was able to fight off, hit some of his sliders, and then get by him, and then just started running the top. And I love the top here too, but it was kind of a weird line. I've seen it have this a couple times. What it was, and I think that's how I really started getting some ground on Grady after I fought off his sliders because he was coming quick, and
Yeah.
I figured he had fresher tires because I saw him kind of chilling for a little bit in the back, just kind of cruising. Um, but he threw some big sliders, threw them clean, nothing crazy, nothing dirty. And I was able to cross over, and when I crossed over, it kind of showed me. I'm like, oh wow, if you like cut down the track, you get like a big run. So I did that and kept doing it, and then once I got clear, I still kept doing it. Like kind of go up, let your right rear just kind of tap the wall, and then just kind of let it kind of come down.
Yep.
And when it comes down, just roll through the tacky that was in the middle, and you just get a good run down the hill because you're running down the banking, and then you're also in the tacky, and just do that over and over again. And it was just real smooth at the end. And actually, I think I had 63 on the right rear, so I had plenty of tire left too. So it's
Jesus.
a good race all around. And man, I love Fairbury in
Mm.
real life. In the game, I love it because I was there for the Prairie Dirt Classic just a couple weeks ago. And you said it's the home for late model racing. They had like 80 of them there.
Oh,
I met people
Jesus.
from New Zealand, Australia,
Awesome.
Austria, Canada, like Texas, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona. Like people from all over the country just for this little tiny Illinois town. It's
Yep.
very cool. So if anyone has a chance to go there, I know it was a long drive for me, I would definitely go. Such a good place.
Definitely, definitely, and I know I've seen obviously photos from the World 100 and things like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really good to experience it live, but you get to meet people you wouldn't normally meet from walks of life that you just wouldn't normally cross, let alone meeting people that you sort of meet on the sim and know in a online racing sense, and get to meet them in real life and sort of share this passion for this sport that we do have. But no, um, we've recently had a bit more of a resurgence down here in Tasmania again with our racing and dirt tracks in the fields. So I've been sort of saying to myself, I need to get back out there. I know the moment I get out there, I'm going to be, man, I hate all this clay in my hair and all this
Yeah.
shit. But it's just there's nothing like it. There just isn't anything like it. And the fact that we've got something like this that we can do, and it really is a very good, realistic sort of representation that we get this 8 week competition. We get to watch racing like this, like you were mentioning before with the sliders. Grady was throwing those sliders, and that might explain what you were talking about, where you realised that if you sort of just tap the wall and then cut back down, there was a moment there in the slider battles where. Um, you sort of did it backwards. Normally, what people do to explain to the crowd is you come into the entrance of the turns, you go down and throw the slider up, come out high on the fourth on the exit, if with a possible cut under from your opponent. But you just went straight to the sort of the cut across the nose. You come under him and then just went straight up into the high line of the track. It was sort of like a crossover without the slider on an entrance. But yeah, it allowed you to get that car running. Like it just shot out of the corner. I was looking at the lap times, and overall lap times great. He did seem to have the benefit, but it was that exit on 4 that you picked up that pretty much gave you the win. I think obviously you might need to throw Michael Carter a few dollars just because once you got around him as lap traffic, it gave you that sort of mental and spatial buffer to just run away with it. I think you were at most about a little over 0.5 of a second out in front of Jordan for the majority of the race, and ultimately 1.175 seconds. So yeah, definitely slipped Michael a fiver for that one. He sort of took that pressure off late. You don't want those last minute passes or anything like that. What's next? What's next for Robbie Milburn?
Oh man, I don't know. Keep racing on the sim. But no, I will say, like in the next, I don't know, month, 2 months, just whenever I feel like it, I would like to get the off-road trucks going again. It'd be cool to have some guys in there and have you broadcast that. So
that was a
we
lot. I
can figure
remember
that out.
the Pro Tour lights were a lot
Yeah,
of
we can
fun.
figure that out. But we haven't ran those in a long time. But they're kind of like you can kind of beat a little bit and not really get killed. So they're pretty fun. So might run some of that, and then just other than that, just frankly, just running with people like I run with Derek and Brooks
Yep.
darn near every night during the week, unless some of my warrior teammates get on, and if we're running, then if me and Brooks and Derek are running, like they're both getting so much better. So it's super cool to see guys just improve and try to help them when I can. I'm not the best, but I can show things here and there, and yeah, I mean just a good time, and it just I know a lot of people complain about it, and Dalton was a big fan of the sim now, but I kind of like where it's at. I wish we could get a little bit of a cushion, but I get the parameters of the game don't really allow it. But other than that, I think the tire wear is good. I think the grip's decent, and hopefully they don't mess with us. I'm gonna knock on some wood real quick, because last time I said that.
Yeah, they sort of take
So,
2 steps forward, 1 step back a lot. They might
yeah,
make a
I
few
think
good
it's gonna be hard.
changes that sometimes have like an unfortunate effect or have one sort of negative sort of connotation where it's like, yeah, the grip and the tire wear is great, but then it's like, oh, we've added more moisture to the track, and now they've got to completely recalculate how that wear calculates because it suddenly
Yeah,
it's not sort of on par. And
yeah,
but no, look, it's heading in the right direction. I think you're right.
yeah. I'd agree.
It's where it needs to be, and I think with any online community, you know, you're going to have those places that are negative on it, or we've seen those guys, those groups that sort of want it shaped to their racing. It's not they don't want it realistic. They want it. It's like, oh, I used to be able to just
Yeah,
hold it flat and ride the wall at Eldora. Now it just drags me in. Blah blah. It's like, well, adapt,
I
learn
mean
and adapt.
that wall. I hate that wall,
It's a
but
great
I can
example,
run
that
it
one.
somewhat. But yeah, I mean, and like you said, like if they make any change to like the moisture level or the grip pattern or this or that, the way the game's set up right now, it's going to affect everything from setups all the way down the way to have you, the way you have to drive the car, and sometimes they'll change the lines a little bit. So and that's another thing. I think like right now, you can get in any race, and based on how it wears in, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like I said, I was running like a cut down, like tap the wall, drive down the hill, and frankly, that very rarely at
it's, it's
Fairbury. So
it's definitely track dependent. So somewhere like Eldora, at least speaking of Eldora again, that's another good one that I find that, yeah, if you can sort of turn in a bit before the apex and get that downhill run out of 4, it just gives you that little bit extra kick in the pants. There's certain tracks that have those unique sort of extras, and that's what I like. That's why I like, just to touch back on what you're saying about Brooks and Derek as well. It's somewhat selfish. Don't think Brooks and Derek is special, that Robbie's teaching you guys. It's Robbie's only as good as the drivers he races against. So you sort of got to get your competition improving to keep you improving. It's sort of a win-win sort of situation in that regard, and we saw that, guys like, guys that were more predominantly faster up the front because that's where they qualified. Your Jaden Sheehan's, Michael Carter, even some of those guys, because of that invert start with the change up tonight and the way the finale was run. It really did come down to race speed. It didn't come down to I'll just race from the back and get to the front. That's how I do it. And that's what you want, because everyone gets better from it. The guys that aren't quite as good in those situations, find ways of getting around that. Guys that suddenly have new challenges alongside them, find ways of overcoming, that sort of thing. So, no, big shout out to, obviously it is Dalton's league. Whenever I hear KMKZ promotions or whenever I see something like this put together, I always sort of, no offense to Dalton, but throw you in as the ringleader. You're usually the leader of our circus that we have. So, no, you do put things together. Speaking of the Pro 2 lights, yeah, look, like I said to you guys, if the days fit, so if it's a Thursday or anything that's not a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Australian morning, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, American night, yeah, I'll happily have you guys on the screen in any format I can, because it's I've got the easiest job in the world. I sit here and watch a bunch of talented race car drivers do their thing and have fun, and I just get to call it and show it out to the crowd and get eyes on you. You guys are the talent. You guys are the show.
Yeah, but I mean, you play part 2. You have to put like someone needs to get the show to the masses. So you're playing part 2, and I couldn't do what you do. So we both have our place.
Yeah, no, I definitely say as a race car driver, as an iRacer, I definitely make a great broadcaster. It's funny how we all found our little talents in our own little ways, and in the same group. Like I said in the broadcast, a lot of us, must use. Obviously, the group now includes Brooks, Derek, Matt Ford to a degree as well, and some other guys. But that original group that sort of started as the Motormule group, that was born out of Kings of Sling. Which is a phrase I have not said without being able to shut up in a long time. I'm over that trauma. It is good. We wish, like, it's so good that we've all sort of come along and found our grooves in this sport in terms of what we're good at and what we can help other people with and highlight them. So no, I love it. I'll have you guys on my screen at any time I'm available. So that's a no-brainer. There. All right, I better get over to Grady, second place here tonight, but he is our Kamikaze Promotions Nationals Held Tour champion. You officially, I believe, finished around sixth. Finished at sixth points for him. It's a good run there. You did pick up a win in the race in the season. Average start of third, an average finish of seventh. Seventh seemed to be around that 5, 6, 7th average finish seemed to be across the board. Like if I look at average finish from second down to seventh, it's fifth, sixth, seventh. So just shows you that not one real person. Obviously Grady did have 4 wins in the 8 races, but there wasn't really an overall dominating top 3 in that series. There was 5 different winners. Good competition, man. Before we let you go, friends, family, sponsors. We've spoken about the Warrior Racing Boys and a couple of them, but they can always get a second shout out. Who do you need to give thanks to?
Well, first and foremost, Michael Lonis for teaching me how to run this.
He's the man. That's
absolute demon.
Yeah. He is the catalyst for all of our late models. Him and Brock.
Yeah. And then shout out to the iRacing Dirt memes for being a sponsor of the series. It's some of the most ridiculous things you'll see on Facebook in the best way possible. And then, of course, like I said before, the Warrior guys. Like, I didn't really get to be in Discord a lot with them in this series because I was usually with either Dalton or Derek as the admins. But whenever I can get in Discord and race with the Warrior guys, they're all crazy, stupid fast, and they all teach me a lot. So it's a good group, and also that group message, our group chat for that's a lot of fun too. Just another one to add to the bunch. And Dalton for putting this together. I know he couldn't really complete it due to other things, but it was a cool idea, and I might carry it on next year around Hell Tour in real life. I don't know, we'll see. But so shout out for that, you for broadcasting it, everyone for showing up and continue to show up. Congrats to Grady on the championship, and I appreciate him running me clean at the end.
Yeah, definitely. It was a great finish when those slider battles started. It was about 20, 15 laps to go, and I generally don't focus on the front 2 until like 5 to go. I like to try and make sure that everyone gets a good fair sort of showing, but I just couldn't leave it. It was just 20 good laps of 1-2 racing. So big ups to you, Robbie, for putting that battle on and showing the boys why you're in the booth here tonight. So congratulations, best of luck with everything else you've got going on, and definitely stay in touch, mate. We'll talk about the Pro 2s.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And if I ever figure out what I want to do, I'll get a hold of you and maybe we can work something out.
Definitely, my man. Always, inbox is always open for you.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
You too, brother. Bye. All right, that was our winner of the iRacing at Dirt Memes at 100, the Dirt Super Late Model race here at Fairbury Speedway. But our overall champion, second place in this race, we won't take that away from him. Put in an awesome battle. That the last, as I was just saying to Robbie, literally just a second ago, last 20 laps, we'd normally sort of try and focus on the entire field a little bit first, Grady. We wait till say 10, 5 to go before we get up to that. Let's see how the front two are battling type of competition, but. The moment I saw you start that slider run around lap 20, lap 17-ish, and then, in 1 and 2, and Brooks was, sorry, in 3 and 4, and then Robbie was 1 and 2, and then you guys were just sort of repeating for a few laps. I was like, nah, we're staying up here till the finish because this is where the action is going to be for the rest of that race. Unfortunately, just due to a bit of lap traffic, you weren't able to sort of get that gap closed down and ultimately finish second. But with 4 wins in the books, as well as an average finish, an average start of 4th and an average finish of 1st, you are the champion, the clear champion of the KMKZ Nationals Held Tour promotion. Sorry, National Held Tour. Super late model champion. Did you expect? Was that the goal coming? I mean, I feel like it's the goal coming in, but was it the expectation? Did you think you were going to be able to sort of get it done, coming in week 1 and 2, seeing what the guys were like, get to weeks 3 and 4, and it's sort of the battle shaping up. We had that little racing incident. Everyone regrouped, came back, and continued on the next week. Was the title something you thought that was obtainable, or was this sort of just build a run and then go, oh, hey, look, I'm actually in with a shot here?
I just showed up every week and try the best I could, and I mean I just kind of loaded in here just to have some fun, try and get back in the rhythm of things, and just turned out that we got pretty fast as we went on and got more in depth into the rhythm of things. So
Yep.
there really wasn't an intent to try and win the championship, but that's always a good goal to set yourself up for. And if you're not really shooting to win and you're not really trying your best to win, then you're doing something wrong, and you shouldn't be doing this. So it wasn't really my intent, but it just everything kind of played in our favor. And just with these long races, I kind of strategize a little bit better, but I hate Fairbury with a passion. So
I think that's the first time I've heard that in a long time. But that is the best. That is one of the best things about this sim and the tracks. That a lot of the cars, a lot of the tracks are polarizing in that respect. There's not a lot of many tracks out there that people sort of go, oh, look, I'll race it. I don't really, love it or care for it, but I'll race it. It's usually, yep, love that track, or yeah, hate that track. It is that situation. What is it about Fairbury that sort of really, I guess, grinds your gears? I know for me, I'm just not good at highline as the track slicks out, so I do race that low line. And infield tires, I feel like they have little magnets that are only in tune to my car, and always drag me in, and I wipe myself out. So that's why Fairbury for me, it's one of those tracks that looks like it's going to be, well, it is fast and competitive, but it's not just put your foot down and go for it. You've got to have a little bit of skill. You've got to have a bit of technical control. So yeah, I enjoy racing it, but it took me a while to like it. What is it about the track that you don't like?
I mainly hate it after running probably thousands of laps, a couple money races that are worth a couple $100, $2,000, and just getting burnt out from it, and learning all like this stupid cut downs and things you got to do to be quick, because you can't just put it up. You can't put it up on the wall and just ride the wall. I mean, you got to do something stupid to gain the extra tenth, and that it just burnt me out after a while. And I hate even looking at the logo or hearing the words unless it's in correlation with IRL racing when it comes to Fairbury. But when it's on here, I hate it. So
no, it's I can understand that. I got that way with a few tracks. I think I only say that I like Lernerville now because of Stockholm Syndrome, not because I actually like it, just because I've raced it so many times. It's just like, look, Bob, just it's that one relationship you have in your life that you just know it's not good, but it's there, it happens, deal with it type of thing. And yeah, for me, Lernerville, I think, is that track. It's For some reason, I'll say, yeah, I will race there. I like it, but I don't. I don't. It's just, I think it is Stockholm syndrome. It's one of those tracks, much like this one. Obviously, you're referring to things like the spring fling, and those sorts of big money races. Yeah, Fairbury. Robbie said in his interview. Obviously, a big shout out to Michael Lonis for teaching him how to drive these things. Same deal. I spent, probably 6 months like racing time, not 6 months as in 6 calendar months, but literally 6 months worth of actual track time on this track with the boys sort of, pushing me to learn limiteds, and then the moment you get comfortable, move up to pros, and then they try with supers. I'm just like, no, stick it. Nah, that's too crazy, too fast. So yeah, no, I can certainly understand that. Now, I guess unfortunately car count not real high this week. Has been okay, between 12, 15, 17 cars throughout the previous races. Looking at the points leaders coming into tonight, you needed to sort of finish outside that top 10, and Michael Carter obviously win the race for anything really major to happen. There wasn't really a big risk for that, but for a period there in the race towards that sort of maybe the middle 2/3, it was in that situation. You were unfortunately right back through the field. Michael was up the field. Were there any concerns there where that came to mind, where it's like, shit, I need to put my head down, on this championship is not mine, it's going to come down to the wire type of thing? Or was it just race your race, get to the end of the race, and wherever you were would be determined what happened?
I mean, I wanted to take an EOL, but and get the extra money and the extra points. Just kind of buy it. But go figure with the invert. I understand they just wanted to mix it up, but it was kind of just like I really wanted to take the EOL because I didn't really want to risk it for the last couple races, and then go figure when I can, it's not there.
It's not there, yeah.
So, yeah, I saved for a while. I saved for like the first caution came out, and I was saving up to that point, and then I went a little bit, and then backed off more until the next caution, and then I started to go. But I started to climb my way back up through, and then got into like a little thing with Brooks. So, he said he pushed tight, and then I was then pushed into the wall. My right front broke, and then
oh yes, there. Yeah, I did see that happen. Yes, yeah, you got caught up in between the wall and that.
But after that, I mean, I kind of just minded my own business and try to avoid everybody and try and at least drive up back to the top 3 and avoid mainly the wrecks and try not to get broke again. Because if I would have got broke again, then
that was it. Yeah.
that would have been rough. So just glad we didn't get shoved into the wall, or me hit the wall and break the right front, or rip the spoiler off, because that's known to happen at this track. Because you got to run the goofy freaking weird lines. So.
And then once you throw 100 laps into the mix, and it's sort of like, you got your natural track forming lines, and then just whatever happens based on where the guys behind you have been running. Like Robbie said, sort of the low line has started to disappear, but because there was a lot of guys behind him also running it, that by the time he sort of moved off it and fell back down onto it, it was coming back in again. It was a crazy night. You couldn't come into it with a Fairbury plan. It was definitely a race plan, because once you got past those 50, 60 laps, it was just it's not guaranteed. The track's never going to go away the same way twice. But no, look, congratulations, man. Just trying to find the channel again to get the official points. So yeah, finished on 498, so just shy, 2 points shy of 500 points. That would have been massive. 448, second place for Michael Carter. Derek Houston coming up behind. Oh geez, if we had one more race left, or one race went slightly different, he was on 442, so just outside the jump up to second there. And Jordan McLean 438 in fourth, 428 for Brandon Marlowe fifth. So yeah, it's I think 8 race formats are good, because it leaves enough room for everyone to have a shot at it, but it does sort of, if you can give yourself a foundation or a little bit of a buffer, you can sort of not have to stress too much, and that was sort of the position you got yourself in here with this one. So congratulations, man. Look forward to possibly having you on my screens again sometime down in the future. Wish you the best of luck with everything else you've got going on iRacing wise. You are a good driver, you are entertaining, and love having you on the screen. So whoever gets to broadcast you next is going to have an easy job. Before we let you go and celebrate the championship victory here tonight, friends, family, sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out for making all this possible?
Once again, like I start off with every week, you and everybody over on the league side to at least put this on and get it going. I mean, it was definitely an experience to say the least. But I definitely appreciate you putting on the broadcast. Everybody over there on my team side of things, NLRA, Future Setup Shop, Valley Contracting, Sipes Lawn Care, Sipes Driveway, Ceiling Third, Gen Aquatics, Kenmore Lawn Service. Everybody who really watches me. I know my mom, my dad, stepmom, stepdad, um, my girlfriend, her parents are always watching me, so I appreciate them watching me. And that's about it.
Always, it's a good. I love the camaraderie we have with our on-track friends and family, so to speak. But yeah, that behind-the-scenes support is great. Whether it's sponsors and things like that, helping you get better, friends, family supporting you, and big shout out. I love the fact that I say it all the time. It's awesome that people will take a little bit of time out of their lives to spend time in our lives watching this, and the ones that don't chat love the lurkers, the ones that are just here to see their family members, things like that. It's an awesome world. As I say, it's a great hobby that we have, an awesome world that we live in, and we're blessed to be able to have this sort of low cost impact version of dirt track racing available to us. It's for those that get to do both, good on you. But no, look, I'll sit here and just the $33 a month or whatever it is for the subscription's enough of an upkeep for me. Then you see some guys, putting engines together on the weekends and then racing during the week on this. It's like, no, that's a bit dedicated to me. But now, look, congratulations yet again, man. I'm starting to waffle. Like I say, everything else you've got going on iRacing, I wish you the best of success. You deserve everything that you earn, and it sounds like you've got a good team behind you. So it looks like it's win-win for all involved, and the family get to watch some great racing at the same time. So congratulations. And Robbie hinted that there might be a Pro 2 Light series down the track, but however we do, man, I hope to have you on my screens again, and we talk soon.
Appreciate that, man. Sounds good.
Thank you. Congratulations. All right, that was Grady Ehrman. He was our winner of the KMKZ Promotions Nationals Held Tour 2025 competition. That wraps up 8 weeks of super late model action. That was a blast. You won't see me behind the wheel of Super Late Model, but I will love showing them on our screens. Big shout out to Jaden Sheen Gaming, Brian Angel Sr., Braden Carter, Casey McLean, and Thomas Dennis for the likes and the shares. Crow's Nest 45 for jumping into the chat on Twitch, agreeing with Gibbo that iRacing needs to add Australian dirt tracks. Yes, we do. Oh, I get the hiccups. Plenty of race tracks, race course, but no dirt tracks. We've got three dirt tracks in Tasmania alone. Hobart International Speedway, Carrick and Latrobe. And I've seen some great American super sedan racing, which is sort of late model racing there as a kid, sprint cars. Yeah, I agree. I think we need some Australian tracks. Also, big shout out to KC McLean, Brian Angel Sr. in the chat, Gibbo as well. And those that lurked, like I say, if you just come along to watch your friends, family members do their races, but aren't keen enough to get into the chat, that's fine. That's not a problem at all. Love you for coming along and watching and for checking it out. But if you do get the courage, yeah, feel free to say hello. Any of the young kids watching their family members or cousins and whatnot that want to shout out, I'm more than happy to do so. All right, well, that wraps up this week's racing for BobbethTV. We'll be back again Sunday night, Australian for the V8 Supercars. That is the finale of Season 4 of the Gen 3 V8 Supercars. We'll be at Mount Panorama, Bathurst. We'll have Gibbo's return to the racing screen, among other things. And then we'll do it all over again throughout the racing week. Thank you so much for tuning in on behalf of KMKZ Promotions Nationals Held Tour and their collection of sponsors. Let's give them a shout out because we didn't give them a shout out at all. We've got, let's have a look here. Trackside Dirt Sims. They're a mobile racing sim, iRacing sim rig, bringing the dirt to you. Trackside Dirt Sims travels through the Ohio Valley area to local dirt tracks and private events and giving fans a hands-on sim racing experience right from the pits. I wish I saw this before. Houston's custom PCs, so affordable custom PCs for your racing and gaming needs. Gold Nugget Nutrition, healthy, never tasted so good. Located in North Georgia, Gold Nugget Nutrition offers delicious meal replacement shakes, energizing teas, and refreshing bubble teas. If you're ever near Them in GA, stop by for a boost. Dalunga. iRacing Dirt memes, of course, the laughs are as fast as the laps, bringing constant comedy to the iRacing Dirt scene. If you're not following them, you're missing out on half the fun. And of course, the Pro Dirt Racing League, where the best go to prove it. One of the biggest and most respected dirt league racing leagues on iRacing. Stay up to date on upcoming seasons and join a community of top tier competitors. Big shout out to all of those sponsors. Thank you for coming along and watching. BobbethTV doesn't have any sponsors, so if you do want to sponsor a broadcast, have your business sort of advertised in any way, shape, or form, reach out. More than happy to talk numbers and see what we can work out. It is a very self-funded service, funded solely via the cheap fees that I charge for the weekly broadcasting. So if you are interested in sponsoring or joining up with BobbethTV in that respect, come and chat. Come and chat, or we can work out a deal where we can sort of co-sponsor. Go back and forth a little bit. But look, my name's Bob. Thank you so much for coming out and watching. Love yous all. Bye.